So I started working there because they had tuition reimbursement. And it wasn't until the hiring process that I looked around. I was like, oh, okay, I see the signs. I see the t-shirts. I see his little wokey woke over here. But I said, you know what? I'm just going to make the most of my time here. I'm going to get as much tuition reimbursement as I can. This is an opportunity for me to be a representative of Christ around others with opposite views of me. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to remain in the truth, yada, yada, yada.
So that is Taylor Trice. And if you follow right-wing media, you might have seen her popping up talking about the fact that according to her, Starbucks fired her for accusations of homophobia. Now, notably, she was apparently let go by Starbucks 2 years ago, but that doesn't mean that Starbucks didn't do something wrong by her in dismissing her. Well, there's some details about exactly what happened prior to her being fired. Now, some of them were in TikTok videos that she has since deleted, but here are the basic ideas of what happened, and we can decide whether Starbucks is in the wrong. Bearing in mind that Starbucks is a company that we are perfectly willing to criticize for their business practices, that doesn't mean that they're always in the wrong. She said, I was used to Starbucks putting out their decorations and stuff during the month of June. It was just that this particular year, they went a little bit beyond the rainbow and things were starting to taste sour and not sweet. She goes on to say that there was a handwritten explanation of pronouns on display during Pride Month. She considered it and told Fox this, that she considered that to be not family friendly and claims that other employees agreed. Apparently management got defensive and she was given a warning. So she said, you guys might want to be careful because this can be taken the wrong way. We have families and children coming in here and they'll read that. And obviously, if a kid sees an explanation of pronouns, then that kid is lost for all time. They're a feral, savage wolf child who can no longer be employed or go to school. Anyway, she goes on to talk about how she felt that if she was forced to use the pronouns of the customer, then that is a violation of her religious values. And she cited the following biblical passages. Nothing. It's just a thing that some conservatives believe, and you can graft it onto whatever you want. It ain't in the Bible, any consideration of pronouns or whatever, but that's fine. Some people believe that. Before we continue with the story, we depend on members to keep on going. Don't wait. Click join now on YouTube. In any event, she wants you to be sure that you understand that she's reasonable. She wasn't insisting on using the wrong pronouns. She just didn't want to use any pronouns. And she said that she would call them by their name. And according to her, that's what she did. She used their name, and supposedly people were still angry at her. The customers were angry for being called by their name, so she was fired. And that is where now we get into the area of speculation. I don't know exactly what happened. It was years ago and it's not on film. I don't know why a customer would be angry if they're called by their name. So it seems odd that they would kick up a furor about this. So that's what we're being told by this person on social media. We don't know for sure, Sabrina. I don't think that this happened the way that it's being described. And I also don't think that pronoun use has anything to do with your religion. If you're uncomfortable with it for social, cultural reasons or whatever, then that's fine. I think a lot of people try to say that it's a religious thing because we've been raised in a society where claiming something as a religious value artificially elevates it above any other consideration. And it's supposed to be off limits if you claim that it's a religious thing. But anyway, that's just my thought as an atheist. What do you think about this?
Are you telling me that she was upset over a grammar lesson initially, even if it did happen the way that she said? Like, that's something that everybody learns in any school system when you're learning English grammar. Like, even in the video that you just played, she used about 5 to 6 pronouns. I is a pronoun. I don't know how she's going to form sentences without using any pronouns whatsoever. So I think she needed that lesson the most, because clearly, even after staring at that sign, she still did not understand that pronouns are not a big dramatic thing as she's making it out to be.
100%. She says in one of these that it's a small sin to use a pronoun that God didn't create. Well, first of all, if they were created by God, all the pronouns, I guess, or whatever. But it's not a sin. Like, it's not in the Bible. That's not a thing. Like, you could like maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a TV show that you hate and you don't like, if someone likes the TV show that you can't say that it's against your religious values to have that TV show be on. Like, just because you don't like a thing doesn't mean that it's religious, okay? And I understand why you would claim that. Again, you're hoping that you'll get some sort of special protection for things that make you uncomfortable. And if it seems like I'm being sarcastic, I'm not trying to be. I literally understand why people do that. And I understand that you don't get it. Maybe you've been told by people in your church that this is a religious thing. That doesn't mean that it's true. People can lead you astray. People being led astray is actually a thing in your religious books. You should look into that. But anyway, I don't know what the manager actually did. I can't say whether Starbucks is in the right or the wrong. I can only say that a grammatical lesson, as Sabrina points out, being posted in a Starbucks doesn't seem to me to be a violation of anybody's religious rights. They're just trying to be respectful of their customer base so they can make money. That's capitalism, not Christianity.